double click on your guitar track. Now, here are all the notes. Luckily, expert, all the difficulties have been charted. So you see, since I added the extra space in the middle, this is now at 366. You want to retype this and put it at 1.1.000 and make sure it says track name. You always want the part guitar to be a track name at 1100. Now you have to make this a text event and make it play exactly how I typed it. And you want to put this at 1.3.00. Alright, so now that we put in our events at the bottom, we want to delete everything that's not like these notes. So we want to delete all these. These will cause problems. So just right click the number and press the delete button. Make sure you click in here first, anywhere, so that it recognizes that you want to delete stuff within here, because if you don't, it'll delete your events. Right click the number, press delete. Let's make sure we're still recording here. Alright. So, now that I've deleted all the extraneous events, all I have is my notes. I put my events at, I put the part guitar at 1.3.00, and I put the part guitar at 1.1.00, and I put play at 1.3.00. So now we're done with guitar. If by chance these are not charted, what you're going to want to do is just from rows 84 to 88, just double click anywhere in there and it'll create a note. If you want to delete a note, double click the note you just created. So make sure you chart the note in rows 84 to 88. For that's hard. For medium, rows 72 to 75, double click in there. Rows 60 to 62, double click in there. If you chart in like 63 and 64 for easy, it won't accept it because there are no blue or orange notes on easy mode, and there are no orange notes on medium mode. Now remember, you only have to put notes in here if they aren't charted, because there has to be at least one note charted for each difficulty. So now that we have notes in each difficulty, we put our events at the beginning, and we deleted all the extraneous notes. We're done with guitar. Now on for drums, which is even more of a pain in the neck. Now for drums, there is only expert charted. So as I said before, we go from 84 to 88 or 6, I think. Yeah, it's 84 to 88. So just chart a note anywhere in here, 84 to 88. So I double click and there's a red note. Now go from 72 to 75. Chart anything in there, there's another red note. And then I go down to 60. I double click, that's a green note. Alright, so now we have notes in every difficulty. Now I have to put this at the beginning. Make sure it says track name. Okay, now to create a new event, double click in here. Now you wanna, I typed what events you're gonna need here. So here are the drum events. These all are at 1.1.00. Mix 0, drum 0. Make sure you put these in brackets. And you're going to put that at 1.1.00. Make sure this is a text event. See, now it appeared. Double click again. Make it mix 1 and keep the drums at 0. Make sure you don't put a space between the drums and the 0. It's a text event. 1.1.00. Doesn't really matter how many zeros you put. Now here next is mix 2 drum 0 1.1.00. Now your next is mix 3 drum 0. The drums represent just the drums, and each mix represents each difficulty. Make sure you put it at 1.1.00. Now, as for the rest, oh, what is going on? Alright. Okay, so you want to put, as for the rest, you put play. And make sure you put that at 1.3.00. Okay, so now that we have put all of our events, mix 3, drum 0, mix 2, mix 1, mix 0, part drums, and play, we deleted, there were no extraneous notes luckily, and we put notes for all difficulties, so that's our checklist for that. We're quitting out of this. Now, finally, double click on events. Okay, just so you know, all those sounds are my friends logging on and off of AIM. Okay, so in the template I will have had these events already typed in. So what you want to do is you want to drag them all the way to the end. And make sure these are at the beginning. They probably are. 1, 1, 0, 0. Okay, so that's all you need to do for events. So now we have done everything. We have made sure it's on sync. We added the events. We deleted extraneous notes. We put notes for each difficulty. We dragged the events to the end. And now we're going to save our project. Now I'm saving it to the Reaper projects folder that I created. So we're going to title this tutorial project. Okay. So now, after you've saved, you have to export the MIDI. Export project MIDI. Now make sure it says embed tempo map. Make sure you click this. Multi-track MIDI file, entire project, and you want all. Now once again, I am exporting this to the folder I created, the Reaper MIDI folder. Just browse and select the folder that you want it to be put in. Okay. Press OK, and then it'll say it created it. So you press OK for that. Now we're done with Reaper.